This is Michiana's breaking news and weather station. MNC. On News Talk 95.3, 101.9 FM, and 1340 AM, your MNC Nation stations.
Good morning. I'm John Sibney in the MNC News Center. It is Wednesday, June the 5th, 2024, and the news getting started now with our top local stories. The trial for a Mishawaka teenager who's accused of stabbing his mother and two dogs last summer has been canceled.
The court declared 17-year-old Caden Rutledge not responsible by reason of insanity. Rutledge, who faced attempted murder charges, was found legally insane by two doctors. He claims Satan manipulated him into the stabbings. His mother, who was stabbed about 13 times, agreed with the insanity ruling. Rutledge admitted to the stabbing, believing he was, quote, killing the demon inside her. WSBT reports Oaklawn will now evaluate Rutledge's mental health to determine if he needs a long-term commitment to a mental health facility. Heather Starr, MNC News.
Police in Goshen received tips about a reckless driver heading into the city limits and ended up arresting the man on drug and alcohol-related charges. Officers found Zachary Kurtz of Goshen slumped over the wheel at the intersection of Elkhart Road and Ferndale Road on Sunday. Kurtz was arrested for OWI, possession of marijuana, and paraphernalia. He submitted to a chemical test and was taken to Goshen Hospital for a blood draw before being incarcerated at the Elkhart County Jail. The Elkhart County Sheriff's Office has released security video shots of a man they're trying to identify in connection to a residential entry incident that happened on Friday, May 24th in Elkhart Township. We posted those photos at 953mnc.com. Anybody with information is encouraged to contact Detective Alber with the Elkhart County Sheriff's Office. New this morning on MNC, the city of South Bend's installing a traffic calming project in the 1000 block of West Washington Street.
The project will close West Washington Street to through traffic between Walnut and Chapin Streets. Not only does the closure involve the installation of temporary bump outs and crosswalks to make it easier for pedestrians to cross the street, another key component will be the installation of asphalt art by local artist Chris Silva. The street art will be created in front of IU South Bend Civil Rights Heritage Center and Notre Dame Center for Civic Innovation, both of which are located across from each other on Washington. The project is expected to be done by Sunday, weather permitting. Morgan Hopkins, MNC News.
A planned groundbreaking ceremony at the Icebox for the construction of their third rink has been postponed. The event was planned for today, but is being pushed to a date to be announced due to the forecast of inclement weather. The Icebox on Walnut Street in South Bend celebrating 50 years of business. They describe the renovations as the biggest since 1999. And the Indiana Black Legislative Caucus will host a town hall in Elkhart this weekend.
It's part of their series of town halls across the state in partnership with Crossroads Public Affairs and Black Onyx Management. The meetings are sharing information about the laws that were passed during the 2024 legislative session of the Indiana General Assembly. The IBLC Town Hall will be Saturday from noon to 2 at the Agape Baptist Church on West Wolf Avenue in Elkhart. Attendees will have an opportunity to provide feedback and input on the legislative priorities of the next session. Tommy Lee, MNC News.
The former sheriff of Clark County, Indiana, is having even more charges slapped on, already to his long list of charges that he faces.
Jamie Knoll has been in jail for the last 2 months after being found in contempt of court. He was caught with guns still in his possession after the judge had told him to give up his guns. Knoll is already facing several charges related to fraud and money laundering going back to his time as sheriff. Now, Knoll is facing even more of the same. Prosecutors added 6 new charges to the now 31 total that he faces. He's said to have stolen department money to pay for various items and vacations for he and his wife. Kurt Darling, Network Indiana.
New this morning on MNC, groups that are fighting hunger in Indiana say they're deeply concerned about proposed cuts to the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program that could impede their progress.
Republicans in Congress have advanced a long-anticipated farm bill through the U.S. House Agriculture Committee, despite opposition from the other side. Kier Kreitz-Muller is the president of a food bank in Lafayette and says food insecurity is at its highest rate since 2014.
The farm bill plays a pivotal role in addressing food insecurity insecurity. Yet policy changes proposed by the bill make harmful cuts to crucial federal nutrition programs that help millions of people access the food they need to thrive.
The $1.5 trillion legislation sets policy and funding for key food, ag, and conservation programs for the next 5 years.
Microsoft is investing $1 billion into a new data center in Northwest Indiana.
And that's the fourth major data center announced in Indiana this year. The plan is for Microsoft to build a new 245,000 square foot data center at the Radius Industrial Park in LaPorte. It's expected to create up to 200 jobs by the end of 2032. Governor Eric Holcomb saying Tuesday morning that this is all part of Indiana's pro-growth business climate. John Herrick, Network Indiana.
And that Laporta's announcement came just a day after another announcement regarding Microsoft.
The owners of a St. Joseph County farm, once owned by the University of Notre Dame, have sold more than 900 acres of farmland to Microsoft Corporation for a future data center. The South Bend Tribune reports Microsoft paid more than $77 million for acreage on the historic St. Joe farm in Granger. In recent months, Google, Meta, and Amazon have all announced major data center investments in Indiana.
And that's Kerry Dick with Inside Indiana Business. Free parking in downtown St. Joseph may soon end.
Paid parking would be enforced during the summer from May 1st to September 30th to discourage beachgoers from taking up spaces to avoid Silver Beach fees. The proposed rates are $2 per hour for on-street parking with a 3-hour limit and $1 per hour in lots west of Main Street without a time limit. Parking east of Main Street would remain free but with violation fees. The initial cost of the paid parking system is estimated at $600,000 for pay stations, signage, preparation, and enforcement, but it could generate over $820,000 annually. WSBT reports city commissioners are reviewing the proposal and awaiting a formal vote at an upcoming meeting. Derek Decker, MNC News.
Now, the very latest regarding the 3 people who were seriously hurt when a hot air balloon ran into power lines in northwestern Indiana.
The incident happened near Hebron on Sunday.
I think they're in trouble.
That's from video taken by Debbie Wovoda, who was driving in the area at the time.
Is there anybody in it? Because it's hitting power lines, and I saw a spark. Looks like the basket may be empty.
The NTSB is working with the FAA to determine all the factors that led to the incident. Heather Starr, MNC News.
New this morning on MNC, Indiana seen nearly $6.5 billion in lottery winnings since 1992. New numbers from iGaming experts at GambleSpa looked into the Powerball draw since 1992 and arrived at a total of $6.456 billion in winnings for the Hoosier State over the past 3 decades. That comes from nearly 1,300 lottery wins, including 39 Powerball jackpots, which represents more than $4 billion of that total. And the Potawatomi Zoo will host the annual Eat and Drink at the Zoo on Saturday.
It's happening on June 8th for those aged 21 and older. The zoo will close to the public at 1 o'clock that afternoon for the event at 5. Local eateries will share samples of food and drinks. Tickets can be purchased on the zoo's website with general admission tickets costing $90 per person. That includes a limited edition tasting cup, unlimited food and drink samples, zookeeper chats, and unlimited rides on the train and carousel. VIP tickets are also available, costing $130 and getting you an hour of early access, a chance to feed the giraffes, a specialty cocktail, and unique food samples.
Showers and a few thunderstorms possible today. The showers will be a little more scattered in the afternoon, and in between, partly to mostly cloudy skies. High temperatures still up around 78. It will still feel quite humid. Tonight, though, we drop down to 60, still a few lingering showers. And then for tomorrow, partly sunny and a high of 75. I'm WSBT 22 Chief Meteorologist Carrie Pujol.
You can get the top local news delivered to your email twice each day, 7 in the morning and 4:30 in the afternoon. To get signed up, go to 953mnc.com and click where it says On Demand.
Podcasts by Federated Media.